Hey guys, Coach Edwards here with lacrossegoalietips.com and lacrossegoalieuniversity.com. I want to welcome you to this week's blog post. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've been asked a lot this year about the question of stepping to the ball, stepping, how should you step towards the ball? Should you step sideways? And the title of this post is Why Stepping to the Ball is Wrong. And I want to set you straight. What I've done is I've taken a clip from my stepping to the ball DVDs or my moving to the ball DVDs, whichever. I keep waffling back and forth what I'm calling it. But for this year I created a 2 DVD set called Stepping to the Ball. And the first part of the DVD talks about why stepping to the ball is wrong. So let's cut to that, and I'm going to show you exactly why stepping to the ball is wrong. Here we go. Okay, so here, the lines show you how far I need to move to make a save. If I step to the ball, okay, if my initial move is to the ball, I may never get to that line to make the save, right? You've heard my 3 keys to making any save. You've got to see the ball, you got to know where it's going, and then you've got to move to the ball. Well, if I pick up a shot from out there and I move to the ball, I may never get, and that ball is aiming here, I may never get far enough in the time that it takes for that ball to meet me here. I may never get far enough to actually make the save, okay? Now, I've got a stick in my hand, right? So that's going to give me more reach. I understand that, but still the bottom line is this, is that there's an amount of time between when the ball leaves the shooter's stick to when it's going to meet the goal line, right? This is the goal line. And I have to get in front of that before it gets there. So in this case, if I step to the ball, I'm trying to meet it somewhere out here. Now this is a big step, right? This is a big step. That's a full lunge for me, all right? And as we'll get into later, we're going to talk about the adjustment step, right? But the bottom line is this: if I step to the ball, I may never get far enough where I actually am going to cut that ball off here. And also, by stepping forward, I am shortening the amount of time I have to get in front of that ball. Okay? So that makes sense? So 1, I may not get far enough. 2, I'm actually attacking the ball, which we'll talk about that later, but I'm actually attacking that ball, which is shortening the amount of time that I have to get there. Okay? So what I want to show you to prove this to you, okay, I brought this is called a drywall T-square. Okay, you can get these at Home Depot. And what this does is I'm going to line this up so that this is a perpendicular, right? This is a square. So the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So if I'm here and I set up my T-square, okay, and this stripe, hope this camera picks this up, this stripe is the middle of the cage. So if I'm in my stance, if my goal is to be in position to receive the ball when it comes to me so that I give up less rebounds, I want to have the most time to do that, okay? Now, I'm not going to step backwards. That's not the goal, because that takes, the shortest distance between me and the line where the ball can go, the shortest distance is a straight line, and that is relatively straight. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So for me to get in front of that ball in the fastest amount of time is to move with this T-square. All right, so move with this straight line that the T-square creates. Because of that, okay, you can see here by using the T-square that my step is not forward, right? We used to teach, hey, take a 45-degree step at the ball, right? I used to do line drills, and I got those in Lacrosse Goalies University. I've got walking the line drills, right? And what happens is we walk the line and we're trying to make distance, and we end up going too far, too straight in 45-degree steps, which is wrong. It's not what we need to do. So stepping to the ball is wrong. We need to step laterally, okay, laterally, so that we can be in front of the ball as fast as possible, right? I'm going to recognize that shooter shooting a ball, stick side high. I'm moving laterally across the T-square, right? Using my hips to move, and I am now in position to make the save, okay? In position to make the save. So that's the bottom line, all right? So the T-square proves that we do not want to step to the ball. We want to step laterally, okay? Laterally. Now, back to that argument of, hey, if you step laterally, then you may be out of position on a bad bounce. I got it. I understand it. Bad bounces happen. However, they are rare, and we do not base our main move on rarity, okay? We base it on the majority. And the majority is that shots from outside, middies, you know, whatever, attackman, shots with time and room, you know, Paul Rabel winding up from the top of the box, okay, is that I've got to get in front of that shot. As soon as I recognize where that's going, I see it, I know where it's going, I got to get in front of that as fast as possible. I am moving laterally, not vertically, not forward, okay? So the T-square proves it. I highly recommend, go get one. They're not that expensive. Go to Home Depot, get one, take it, put it on the ground, see where you got to go, and you'll realize that this is basically a flat line. Okay, let me do this. I'll move this back to where. Okay, so we're straight. Basically, goal line extended. I am basically stepping forward. Okay, I'm stepping laterally, but basically my foot is moving forward about 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches, that's it, okay? So, stepping to the ball is wrong, that is why. Use it. I hope it improves your game. It's phenomenal, and we'll mess around with this a little later when we in our DVDs and in Lacrosse Goalies University. So I hope it helps you. Okay, so we'll start there, and now we're moving on. Cheers. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that clip. You know, I've been watching on YouTube lately. There's a lot of posts kind of popping up by goalie coaches who I don't really know who they are or where they're from, but they're talking about why you should step to the ball or you should step beyond the ball. All that stuff makes no sense. Like from a physics standpoint, a lot of it makes no sense. And I hope my explanation about why stepping to the ball is wrong makes sense to you. And I know I'm going to get some feedback on this, so do me a favor. Leave me a comment below and let's continue this conversation so I can clarify it in case you have any questions. I'm Coach Edwards with lacrossegoalietips.com and lacrossegoaliesuniversity.com. Are you a member of Lacrosse Goalies University? Be sure to check it out. And by all means, do me a favor. Share this post, tweet it, like it, Google+ it, pin it. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you real soon. Cheers.